Welcome to another edition of the DJ Roscoe Sports Show for this Thursday, October 19th, 2023, coming live Palatial State here in Dallas, Pennsylvania. This week, if it's the Mayhem of Sports Talk, it must be the DJ Roscoe Sports Show. Welcome back to the show. We have our Week 7 NFL picks. They're flying right by. But we got a lot of good stuff here. We, of course, got playoff baseball. Got a doubleheader today. The Philadelphia Phillies, the Fighting Phils, they're red hot. They're up 2-0 after crushing the Arizona Diamondbacks. First 5-3 in Game 1 on Monday night, and then Game 2 of the NLCS 10-0 on Tuesday night. So now after a travel day off, they are at home. They're on the road in Arizona, and it'll be the first home NLCS game for the Arizona Diamondbacks since 2007. In 16 years ago, when the Rockies knocked the Diamondbacks out to go to the World Series that year before the Red Sox beat them in the championship. But Game 3 a must-win because, as we know, even though I'm a Yankee fan, we're the only team still to this day for Major League Baseball have blown a 3-0 series lead to the 2004 eventual World Series champion Boston Red Sox, who broke the curse of the Bambino 86-year World Series drought, and they came back from down 3-0 and they won 4 games in a row to knock off my New York Yankees that year. So it doesn't really happen. So the Astros, they took care of business yesterday. They were able to win a must-win game 8-5 off Max Scherzer, who's a great pitcher, but hasn't pitched in 36 days in a game since September 12th. He got lit up like a Christmas tree. Christmas come early in October, before even Halloween. 4 innings, 5 runs. Was very sloppy out there. We'll see if he gets another playoff start. But so today, it's going to be 5:07 on TBS. Game 3, Philly trying to take a commanding 3-0 series lead, getting closer to a sweep. Potentially tomorrow if that happens. The Diamondbacks trying to get back in the series and cut it to 2-1, the deficit at home. Phillies at Arizona Diamondbacks, 5:07 on TBS. And then the ALCS Game 4, 8:07, I think actually 8:03 p.m. tonight on FS1. Joe Davis and John Smoltz, the A-team broadcast team for Fox Baseball, will be having the call. Astros, as I said, got an 8-5 win, must win yesterday to cut the deficit to 2-1. But the Texas Rangers still have had Jordan Montgomery and Evaldi, who pitched great for Texas. Plus, they have some big-time power bats who have been unleashed in this postseason. So we'll see if Texas Rangers at home can bounce back from a tough loss and take a commanding 3-1 series lead and put the defending World Series champion cheating Astros. I can't say anyone but the Astros will be happy to win the World Series, even though we'd rather the Philadelphia Phillies win it all after they just came so close and were just 2 wins away last year from win the World Series before the Astros knocked them out. But we'll see if the Astros get put on the precipice of elimination tomorrow, if they're down 3-1, or if they tie up the series at 2 games apiece. We'll see what happens there. So we got baseball, 5:07 TBS, Phillies at Diamondbacks, Astros at Texas Rangers, 8:03 p.m. on FS1. So we got a lot of baseball, big-time playoff baseball. Very excited about that. Basketball, preseason basketball is wrapping up. The regular season starts this Tuesday on October 24th. I think at least a doubleheader on TNT. So excited to see Charles Barkley, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny Smith, Ernie Johnson, and the whole team get ready for another fun basketball season. So that'll be interesting to see right there. And then hockey is back in full force. The regular season, I know the New York Rangers are playing tonight, I think, against the Buffalo Sabres. The Philadelphia Flyers won their home opener on Tuesday, 2-0. They moved the game up early, so it didn't conflict with the crazy chaos of the sports schedule in Philadelphia with the Phillies in the playoffs. And there was a soccer game at Lincoln Financial Field as well, and they're all next to each other's stadiums. But the Flyers got a nice win there. The Penguins lost bad the other night, 6-3 on the road to the Detroit Red Wings. This Saturday, check it out, the Baby Penguins will have their home opener. They won their first game of the regular season this past week. But now they have their home opener at Casey Plaza, Mohegan Sun Arena at Casey Plaza in Wilkes-Barre, PA at 6:05 p.m. this Saturday. Watch Tux, the Penguin mascot, go waddle, waddle, waddle. Lots of fun for all. Penguins get their home schedule started Saturday at 6:05 this Saturday, which is also my buddy Dan Torres' birthday. Happy early birthday, buddy. He'll be 38 years young. We're same age for just a few more days. So now, and then we'll get quickly college football. Penn State, who's undefeated, against Ohio State, who's undefeated, almost lost a couple of times, but especially against Notre Dame, barely came back to win that at the end. But it's a big-time showdown. A lot of people say they haven't played anyone, Penn State. Well, they'll get a chance because Penn State will be on the road at the shoe at 12 p.m. a high noon kickoff at Ohio State. Big-time match of undefeated teams. We'll see whoever wins that the inside track on the 14 playoff. And then, of course, we have still Penn State will, I think, be hosting, November 11th on Veterans Day. They'll be hosting Michigan, which is another powerhouse undefeated team who've won the 2 straight years in a row the Big Ten championship, but have fallen short in the 14 playoff with Jim Harbaugh and his khaki pants at the helmet, the head coach. And then Michigan on November 25th, always the Saturday after Thanksgiving, will get to take on their big-time rival, Ohio State. And Michigan, after getting destroyed by Ohio State year after year, have won the last 2 showdowns against their arch rivals. So we will see the Big Ten, see who's going to really rise up to be the cream of the crop. You still have, as I say, Michigan, Ohio State, Michigan, Penn State, and you still have this Saturday, Penn State at Ohio State. I have to give a slight advantage to Ohio State being at home. And Penn State has beat pretty much everyone except when they have to beat Ohio State and Michigan. They come close, and then the powerhouses that beat Michigan and Ohio State pull away at the end. I'm hoping this year is different, but for now, I'm still going to go with Ohio State winning the game by about 10 points, like 30-20 over Penn State. I hope I'm wrong. I hope Penn State gets the win. Notre Dame comes off. I think they have a bye week this week. They came off a big win at home against Heisman Trophy frontrunner Caleb Williams and the USC Trojans. Knocked them off their undefeated perch. So Notre Dame came off a big win. So big good job for Notre Dame. Penn State crushed UMass, which is not much of a showdown, but they will have their big showdown on the road at Ohio State this Saturday. And then Pitt Panthers got a nice win at home this past week as well. So let's get now into Week 7 of the NFL schedule. Thursday Night Football starts tonight, October 19th, 8:15 p.m. on Amazon Prime Video. The Jaguars were 4-2. They've been kicking butt, doing very well out on the road in the Big Easy at the New Orleans Saints, who've been up and down this year. I think they're 3-3. Derek Carr battling that shoulder injury, but still playing pretty well. The Jaguars, big question, will Trevor Lawrence be able to play? You would think he'll try to give it a go, but he has a sprained knee. I'm sure that knee is going to be hurting him a lot, even if they shoot him up with painkillers, whatever it is. I'm sure he has a high threshold for pain. He wants to play with his team and lead them on the field. Doug Peterson at the helm with the Jaguars. They've been playing better. I like that offense is clicking, but I have a lot of doubts about this offense, especially if Trevor Lawrence can't go or if he's limited. This one could go either way. I'm going to actually go with the Saints here. As much as I think if Trevor Lawrence is fully healthy, and definitely if they were at home, I'd give the Jaguars the benefit of the doubt. But I think the Saints at home, at their dome in New Orleans, I'll give the Saints a slight advantage. I'll say the Saints win a close one. I'll go with 26-23 Saints over the Jaguars to kick off Week 7 of the football schedule on Thursday Night Football tonight. Then no London or Germany early morning football games this week. So we start off this Sunday, October 22nd. There's 6 early 1 p.m. games. So there's the Detroit Lions at the Baltimore Ravens, 1 o'clock on Fox. Big-time showdown. Ravens are playing pretty well. Got the nice win in London over the Tennessee Titans this past Sunday. Sunday morning, the Lions are just destroying teams, dismantling left, right. This could really go either way. I'm going to go with... I don't know. I really want to go with the Lions here. Hey, the hell of it. I'm going with the Detroit Lions. I think Dan Campbell, that team runs through a brick wall for that guy. Jared Goff is playing great. The Lions have been great so far. I know the Ravens have a solid defense. Lamar Jackson's been up and down, but when he's clicking, he can run and throw the ball very well. I'm going to say the Lions find a way to win this one. I'm going to go with the Lions 30-27. They win by 3 over the Baltimore Ravens on the road in Baltimore. I know it's a tough place to win on the road in Baltimore, and this is a big signature game for the Lions to prove that they're getting older and more mature beyond their years and ready to make a big playoff run here. But the Lions continue to stay hot, win 30-27 on the road over the Ravens. My wife will be very happy with that as a diehard Steeler fan. Then the Vegas Raiders coming off a close victory over the stinky Patriots. Love saying the stinky Patriots, who are 1-5, even though they're only winning against my Jets in the rain. But with a competent quarterback, they would have won that, the Jets. But the Patriots are terrible. They're 1-5. People are actually starting to ask Bill Belichick what's going on, and was it all Brady? Who knows? But the Raiders won that game close. They play at the Chicago Bears. The Bears, 1 o'clock on Fox. I'm gonna actually go with the Bears. It seems always tough. West Coast team traveling to the East Coast. 1 o'clock game, 10 a.m. on their internal clock. And the Raiders came off a nice victory over the Patriots, but going on the road to the Bears, Raiders have looked shaky. Jimmy Garoppolo at times looked shaky. I think the Bears, Justin Fields has played better. DJ Moore has been playing better, big-time pass catcher receiver. I'm just going to think that the Bears will get it done. I'm going to go with the Bears here. I'm going to be drinking the Kool-Aid. I'm going to say the Bears win 20-13. They win by 7 over the Raiders at home in Chicago on Fox. Then 1 o'clock on CBS, the Cleveland Browns at the Colts. Colts young quarterback Anthony Richardson has got season-ending shoulder surgery, so his promising young start to his rookie campaign is over, unfortunately. So Gardner Minshew, with his Fu Manchu mustache, looking like Uncle Rico throwing that football over the mountains from Napoleon Dynamite fame. 20 years later, he will be quarterback probably the rest of the way. Hey, but he's a decent backup, but now he's got to play all the time. Cleveland Browns, we don't know if Deshaun Watson can play. Looks like he could be out for a while. This one, it really can go either way. I don't know. I don't have a ton of faith without Deshaun Watson out there. But the Browns did get a nice victory without Deshaun Watson at home over the San Francisco 49ers in a big upset. And they found a way. I know there was a controversial penalty that was called against the Niners. I'm actually going with the Cleveland Browns here. I'm sure Gardner Minshew and the Colts will give them a lift. They'll play pretty well, but the Colts are mediocre at best. They're not great. I think the Cleveland Browns go on the road, and after that big win, hopefully they don't have a big letdown after beating the previously undefeated Niners, who were 5-0, give them their first loss 5-1, like my JETS Jets. We got to see on my wife's birthday in person. First time ever after being 0-12, now 1-12, beating the previous undefeated Eagles, who were 5-0. Now both Eagles and 49ers are 5-1, but the Browns will come off that win over the 49ers and beat the Colts. It won't be a pretty game, but it'll be ugly. I'll go 16-13 Browns on the road over the Colts. 1 o'clock on CBS, the Nana Fran's Buffalo Bills at the New England Patriots. Buffalo, bigly. The Bills are going to throttle the Patriots unless Josh Allen's locked in his hotel room and can't make it to the game on time, or Stephon Diggs, or the whole defense forgets to show up, or didn't eat their Wheaties that morning. Patriots stink. Mac Jones keeps getting benched. Bill Belichick and the Patriots, offense and defensively, look lost, especially offensively. At home in New England, don't think it will make much of a difference like it did in the good old days when Brady was dominating the Bills and the Jets and all those teams. I think Josh Allen, Buffalo Bills, will light up the Patriots. I know the Bills played ugly and barely won at home on Sunday Football over the Giants. So you can't underestimate anyone, because the Giants weren't a good team, and Tyrod Taylor, their back quarterback, and the Giants defense held them scoreless until the fourth quarter. I'm going to go with the Bills, though, crushing the Patriots. I'm going to go with 42-14. They win by 28 points, win by 4 touchdowns, 4 Al Bundy touchdowns. 42-14, Buffalo over the Patriots bigly. Then 1 o'clock on CBS, Washington Commanders at the New York Football Giants on CBS. I'm actually going with the New York Giants here. I know I might be crazy, but I think the New York Giants, don't know if Daniel Jones will be able to play. He's back at practice, still has the neck injury from when they messed up the push-tush, or the brotherly shove, as the Eagles call it. Not everyone can do it as much as the NFL wants to ban it, and they're jealous of it. Jalen Hurts and the Eagles' offensive line do that to perfection. Didn't work so well when the Giants did it. But Brian Dable and the Giants almost pulled off the upset with Tyrod Taylor at quarterback and Saquon Barkley back healthy. Hopefully he could stay healthy, and the Giants almost got it done against the Buffalo Bills, who are a top-notch team on their own in Buffalo. I think at home at MetLife Stadium, I was just there this week with the Jets game. The Giants fans, they'll be, as long as you give them a reason, you'll bring them to life, and they'll put up a solid performance, and they usually do pretty well against Washington, who's not a very good team. Sam Howell's very up and down for Washington offensively. Ron Rivera, the head coach, probably going to be on the hot seat if they don't do well this season with the new ownership group. I'm going to go with the Giants to beat Washington 20-17. They win by 3 points over Washington on CBS. And the Giants finally get a win, which is simply the only second win of the season. The only other win they have is against the lowly Arizona Cardinals without Kyler Murray. He's finally back at practice. Hallelujah. And they came back from down 21 and won late in that game, the fourth quarter, with that great comeback. Then 1 o'clock on Fox, the Atlanta Falcons at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The Bucs playing pretty well this year under Baker Mayfield at quarterback. Falcons, impressively, are playing way better than anyone thought they would. I think they're 4-2 right now with Desmond Ridder, their young quarterback, very up and down at times, throwing the ball, turning over the ball a lot. But still, when he's going, he's a pretty good passer, pretty good running quarterback as well. I'm going to go with the Bucs, though, at home in Tampa. Baker Mayfield, we trust. I think the Bucs will do enough offensively. Defensively, they'll slow down Desmond Ridder, force some turnovers. I think if it was in Atlanta, I'd give the Falcons a slight advantage. I'm going with the Bucs at home to beat the Falcons, NFC South rivalry. I'm going to go with 23-17. They win by 6 points. Bucs over the Falcons at home, 1 o'clock on Fox. Those are the six early games. Now we have 4 p.m. late afternoon games, 4:05 on Fox. My wife's Steelers coming off their bye week after coming back to beat the Baltimore Ravens, even though it was an ugly game. They came back. Alex Highsmith, T.J. Watt been playing out of his mind. Defensively, the Steelers are top-notch. Kenny Pickett, that offense, everyone's saying fire Matt Canada, their offensive coordinator. They need to pick it up with all their offensive weapons. With Freiermuth, hopefully will be back healthy. Pickett's playing well. Deontay Johnson's back in practice. Hopefully he doesn't get a case of the drops like he's had in the past. Kenny Pickett needs to get them the ball and stay healthy, and Matt Canada needs to be more aggressive offensively. Najee Harris. Still, I don't think the Steelers have a rushing touchdown this year. Najee Harris and the Steelers' offensive line and the running game really need to step it up. Warren, number 30, their backup running back, and he's doing a nice job for the Steelers. But the Steelers on the road at the LA Rams on Fox. I'm going to go with the Steelers here. It's not going to be easy. Matthew Stafford's still playing pretty well. Sean McVay's still doing a heck of a job coaching. Cooper Kupp back healthy. Big-time receiver target. They have a young receiver who's doing well, like a little young Cooper Kupp. Aaron Donald's still a menace defensively. The offensive line for the Steelers better watch out and protect Kenny Pickett with Aaron Donald on the prowl. Big-time defense player, and he's a Pittsburgh native who went to Pitt for college. Would love him to go to the Steelers at one point before his career is done, even though he's been a Ram his whole career. I think the Steelers, though, will go on the road against the LA Rams. It won't be easy, but I think the Steelers defense will do enough. They'll force some turnovers. Alex Highsmith and TJ Watt will be hard for the offensive line for the Rams to block, to protect the ever aging Matthew Stafford's getting older and getting more beat up. I'm going to go with the Steelers here. Won't be easy, but I think they win 23-20 on a Chris Boswell last-second field goal on the road against the Rams. They improve to 4-2, and then next week we'll be there when it's Steelers versus the Jacksonville Jaguars, and hopefully the Steelers will get it done with the Yinzer yellow terrible towels, and when they play Renegade. I love that. They pump up the crowd, so I can't wait for that next weekend. But I think the Steelers win 23-20 on the road against the LA Rams. And the Rams, I think, would fall to 3-4. Steelers would be 4-2. 4:05 on Fox. The Arizona Cardinals, as I said, Kyler Murray is back practicing, but he's still a while away from coming back. So James Conner, he's been banged up running the ball, former Steeler, but when he's healthy, he's doing a heck of a job. Joshua Dobbs doing the best he can. But really, I would like to see what the offense can do when Kyler Murray comes back. But they're 1-5, the Cardinals. The only win was actually that big upset win over the Dallas Cowboys, which no one would have expected, and they blew the game against the Giants during the year. But on the road against the Seahawks, I think the Seahawks will crush them. An NFC West rivalry, you can never take it for granted. But Geno Smith playing pretty well. Pete Carroll always has that defense ready to go. The 12th man in Seattle, they had the home field advantage. They always seem to get it done, especially against a weaker opponent like the Arizona Cardinals. I'm going to go with the Seahawks. The Arizona Cardinals offense has been really anemic out there. I'm going to go with the Seahawks to crush the Cardinals. It won't be pretty at all. I'm going to go with 34-6. They're going to crush them by 28 points. Seahawks win bigly, 34-6 over the Arizona Cardinals. Then 4:25 on CBS, the Green Bay Packers at the Denver Broncos. It's not the Super Bowl rematch from almost 30 years ago with Brett Favre and John Elway from, I think, the 1996 season, January 97, 26 years ago. Now, the Packers are mediocre. Jordan Love at the helm instead of Aaron Rodgers, who is thrown, by the way, which we saw footage while we were at the Jets game at just over a month after tearing his Achilles. He's almost 40 years old on December 2nd. My little brother's 30th birthday. He's 10 years older than my brother Henry. He's throwing out there. He's running a little. Well, not necessarily running, but he's walking without crutches, and he's throwing a football, and who knows, he might be able back for the season's over, Aaron Rodgers. Fingers crossed. If the Jets can stay in playoff contention, we still could have a chance to maybe make a run and end our long, dreaded 12-year, playoff drought. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. But the Green Bay Packers, Jordan Love, have been very mediocre without Rodgers. They will go on the road against the Denver Broncos. Broncos defense is stunk. The offense with Russell Wilson and the great Sean Payton talked up a storm and blamed a lot on Nathaniel Hackett as the reason why Russell Wilson, the Broncos offense, was a disaster. The Broncos have been a disaster under Sean Payton, and Russell Wilson looks lost out there. I'm going to say the Packers. It's not an easy place to go to Mile High Air in Denver. I'm going to say the Packers will go on the road. Jordan Love will do enough, and I think the Packers will beat the Broncos, who are playing ugly. I'm going to go with the Packers 30-20. They win by 10 points on the road against the Denver Broncos, 4:25 on CBS. The last of the 4 o'clock late afternoon games, the LA Chargers, who lost a close one, 20-17 to the Dallas Cowboys at home in LA on Monday Night Football this past week at SoFi Stadium. They go on the road against the Kansas City Chiefs, who are 5-1. They barely lost that first game of the season when there was no Chris Jones, who was holding out their starter defensive pass rusher, and Travis Kelce was out with his knee injury. Travis Kelce, we'll see if Taylor Swift will be at the game. She's been going to all his games, and we'll see if she cheers him on at home in Kansas City. Her movie is the #1 movie in the world and the country. Her concert, and my daughter wants to really see it, with the Eras Tour and the Saturday Night Live premiere with Pete Davidson this past week. This new week will be Bad Bunny will be hosting and performing, but Pete Davidson did a funny job coming back. Ice Spice will perform, and Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce both made guest appearances, and Travis Kelce was in on the joke, making fun of the Fox broadcast crew and all the broadcast crews, gushing over Taylor Swift and distracted about actually focusing on covering the football game. So they were in on the joke. But the Kansas City Chiefs, we'll see if Taylor Swift's there. Travis Kelce's been playing red hot. Pat Mahomes doing a great job as always, Andy Reid and company. So the Chiefs at home, Justin Herbert and the Chargers always give them a tough run for their money, but I still think at home in Kansas City, the Chiefs have a great chance to win here. I think the Chargers will make it closer than it should be, but Justin Herbert and the Chargers have a lot of great talent, but their coach, Staley, is probably going to be on the hot seat soon, but I'm going to say the Chiefs find a way to win, even though the Chargers play their AFC West rivals tough. I'm going to go with the Chiefs 26-23. They win by 3 points at home against the Chargers, so the Chiefs will improve to 6-1. The Chargers continue to disappoint. Sunday Night Football, 8:20 p.m. on NBC and Peacock. The 5-1 Dolphins, who've been red hot, just destroying teams. They spotted the only winless team in the NFL, the Carolina Panthers, 14 unanswered points to begin the game, 14-0 this past Sunday, and then they ended up coming back to destroy the Panthers, the lowly Panthers. The Eagles, 5-1. They were 5-0 before they met my Jets. Jets. And my Jets, the crowd was electric. Was so excited to be there on my wife's birthday. We tailgated, and then the Jets found a way. The Eagles, Jalen Hurts took 3 interceptions. I don't know why he was throwing the ball late when they could have ran out the clock, and then punted back to the Jets with no timeouts and dared Zach Wilson's offense to get into at least field goal range. But the Eagles made the mistakes. We'll see how they bounce back. Lane Johnson, luckily, his ankle injury is not that serious. He had to come out of the game early. The Jason Kelce, again, watch that documentary on Amazon Prime. Won't be a dry eye in the house. Very emotional, powerful, inspiring stuff. But the Eagles, they're going to have to bounce back and against a very tough team. I think it helps that it's in Philly. If it's on the road in Miami, I don't give them a good chance. They'll be wearing their Kelly green, nostalgic, old school 80s and early 90s Eagle jerseys that I grew up watching Randall Cunningham and Reggie White playing. So the Kelly green jerseys will be on display there at Lincoln Financial Field. And so everyone will be pumped at what's going on in the Phillies as they try to make another World Series run and end their 15-year World Series drought of winning it in 2008 when I graduated college. And then, they just made it last year. They came up just short 2 games. So the Eagles, I think Kelly green jerseys coming off a loss. If they were still undefeated, I could see them having a hiccup, especially they were playing some games poorly in that where they were barely finding ways to win, but they still were undefeated. The Jets gave them a scare there, a run for their money, and the Jets ended up knocking them out. That Jets defense was top-notch, even without Sauce Gardner with the concussion injury. And the 3 interceptions, I think Jalen Hurts will get better from that. He'll improve. He won't make any excuses. He's a leader on and off the field. He will take all the blame for that. Zach Wilson did enough and not turn over the ball, but it wasn't that great. But the Eagles' offense struggled, and then a lot of drop balls, a lot of drop passes when I was at that game. And then the Jets' defense was top-notch. I don't think the Dolphins' defense is top-notch. I think the Dolphins scored a ton of points. They have to keep Tua healthy. Tyreek Hill, Chase Claypool they just got from the Bears, previously the Steelers. Waddle's a great player. But I still think the Eagles at home in the Kelly green jerseys, the Philly faithful going crazy. I'm giving the Eagles a slight advantage. Man, I'm drinking the Kool-Aid. I'm rooting for the hometown Eagle team. They're going to have to score some points. And the defense is going to have to limit the damage with the Dolphins as long as Tua stays healthy. And I know he's concussion history. As long as he stays healthy, the Dolphins are a tough offense to stop. If they limit the damage offensively by the Dolphins, defense holds it close. I think the Eagles offense will do enough offensively. Got to make sure they don't turn over the ball as much as they did last week. I'm going with the Eagles bouncing back after losing to the Jets. I'm going with the Eagles to beat the Dolphins 34-31. They win by 3 points in a classic game at the Link in Philly, wearing the Kelly green jersey. 34-31. Eagles improve to 6-1. Dolphins fall to 5-2. But it should be a great game on Sunday Night Football. Monday Night Football, 8:15 p.m. on ABC and ESPN. Joe Buck and Troy Aikman have the call. The 49ers 5-1 after they were brought back to earth, and Brock Purdy lost his first ever regular season game. Before that, only game he ever started that he lost to the NFL was he got knocked out of the game early when he hurt his elbow in his arm in the NFC Championship game on the road against the Eagles. But the Browns found a way to beat them. The Niners, they set them up for a last-second field goal, but they missed that field goal, the Niners. They now go on the road to face Kirk Cousins, the Vikings. The Vikings and Kirk Cousins usually never plays well in primetime football games. He's still without his star receiver Justin Jefferson with the hamstring injury. Vikings will play them tough. Kirk Cousins will play well. Right now they're saying they're not going to trade him before the trade deadline, but I think the Vikings are 2-4. Still have been up and down. They barely beat the Chicago Bears last week. The Bears, but they played the Chiefs well, tough the week before. They're at home in Minnesota. You give them a chance here, but I'm still, again, I think if the 49ers came in undefeated, I can see this being right for an upset victory for the Vikings. But I think the 49ers, just like the Eagles, will be on high alert after the Jets brought the Eagles back down a peg or two by giving them their first loss after the Cleveland Browns knocked the 49ers down a peg or two by giving them their first loss. I think the 49ers will be ready, and they will not take this game for granted, so I think that actually will hurt the Vikings in this case. I'm going to go with the 49ers to beat the Vikings. It'll be a relatively close one. I'm going to go with 27-20. They win by a touchdown by 7 points on the road against the Vikings. They'll prove to 6-1. Vikings will continue to struggle. So the 6 teams that are off this week with bye weeks are the Carolina Panthers, still winless. The Bengals playing much better with Joe Burrow and company. I think they're 3-3. The Cowboys coming off their nice Monday night victory over the LA Chargers. They're 4-2, and still they're nipping at the heels of both the Eagles in their division and the 49ers overall in the NFC. The Texans playing pretty well. They got a nice win over the New Orleans Saints last week. It was a nice win for the Texans, and their young rookie quarterback doing a great job. The Jets, my Jets, Jets, 3-3, 1-2 in a row against the lowly Broncos, and then the Eagles, giving their first loss of the season, 20-14. And when they come back, they get to play the lowly New York Giants, which is a road game, but technically not, because it's at MetLife Stadium, and the Jets, I think, will be able to pound the New York Giants in that game and improve to 4-3 and have a winning record this late in the year with Zach Wilson, who's at least not turned the ball over, not being spectacular, but not losing them the games, playing better. The defense is playing well. I'm starting to drink the Kool-Aid a little bit. They could maybe, at least not in the Super Bowl, but maybe break the playoff drought. And if we can get Aaron Rodgers back in the near future, which would be a crazy, miraculous comeback from the torn Achilles after just a couple of months or 3 months, whatever it is, it'd be amazing. So the Jets, you're saying there's a chance, as Jim Carrey said in Dumb and Dumber. Jets 3-3, coming off a big win, 20-14 comeback win over the Eagles last week. They have a bye week, and the Tennessee Titans, coming off a close loss to the Ravens, have a bye week. So Panthers, Bengals, Cowboys, Texans, Jets, and Titans are all off this week. Panthers still looking for that first win when they come off their bye week. And again, my picks for this week: starting tonight on Thursday Night Football. Hopefully Trevor Lawrence can come back and play in the game, because I don't trust that. I'm going with the Saints to win Thursday Night Football. Saints over the Jaguars. Lions beat the Ravens. Bears beat the Raiders. The Browns beat the Colts. The Bills destroy the Bills destroy the Patriots, and I'm loving Bill Belichick, the Patriots struggle. Giants win a close one over Washington. Bucks over the Falcons. My wife's Steelers beat the LA Rams. Seahawks crushed the Arizona Cardinals. Packers beat up the lowly Denver Broncos. The Kansas City Chiefs won a close one against their division rival LA Chargers. The Eagles won a close one on Sunday Night Football over the Dolphins in the Kelly Green jerseys. And the 49ers beat the Vikings by a touchdown on Monday Night Football. So those are our Week 7 NFL predictions. We'd love to hear from you. Tech Doom come in the morning. It is not a tumor. Things that nature. Hasta la vista, baby. C is for cookie. That's good enough for me. Cookie, right? You see, cookie, such a thing. So we'd love to hear from you. Agree, disagree of my NFL picks for this week. So great week of NFL football starts tonight. The playoff baseball, Phillies, Diamondbacks. Phillies trying to take a 3-0 commanding lead, try and knock out the Diamondbacks this week to go to the World Series for the second in a row. This time win it and win their first World Series in 15 years, since 2008. Astros, who are trying to repeat as the World Series champions. Many of us in America, besides the diehard Astro fans, can't stand the Astros. Hopefully that doesn't happen. Texas Rangers still up 2-1 with a big, important Game 4 tonight. Will they be up 3-1? Will they be tied 2-2 with the Astros after winning the 2 games on the road in Houston to start this ALCS? So that'll be interesting. So NLCS, 5:07 on TBS tonight. Game 3 for Phillies at Diamondbacks. Astros at Texas Rangers. Game 4 of the ALCS. 8:03 p.m. Scheduled first pitch with the roof closed at the Texas Rangers' beautiful ballpark. So big time playoff baseball. Still think it's gonna be the Phillies over the Texas Rangers. Win 6 games. The 2023 World Series. Fingers crossed, Phillies win their first World Series in 15 years, and they have Caleb Scott sing at the World Series parade. He promised he would, and sing "I Keep Dancing on My Own." That's the theme song they keep chanting out when they celebrate all the Philly victories. So playoff baseball week exciting. Basketball preseason winding down. NBA regular season starts this upcoming Tuesday. Can't wait for that. We'll see ups and downs. The Knicks hopefully better. LeBron James playing in it's his 21st season in the NBA, because they still have a chance at a title, NBA title. Golden State Warriors, Stephen Curry, Klay Thompson, they come back and have a chance to win a title. Boston Celtics improved over the offseason. Milwaukee Bucks with Giannis and Damian Lillard, how that dynamic duo will perform in the Eastern Conference. And then defending champion Denver Nuggets, can they repeat as NBA champions? And the team they knocked off, Jimmy Butler and the Miami Heat, do they have a chance? So basketball's back in the NBA NBA regular season. Can't wait. The preseason's over, and the regular season start this week. Congrats to the Vegas WNBA team who won their back-to-back second straight WNBA championship. Wish New York Liberty was able to win it. Their powerhouse star team. They came close. They got lost last night. I think in Game 4 they got knocked out at the Barclays Center in Brooklyn, New York. But Vegas, congrats to them. Tom Brady's over that. The Raiders main owner, the Davis family, Mark Davis, they're owners of that team. So Tom Brady gets another championship ring. Congrats to the Vegas Aces and Becky Hammon. Big time for 2 years coaching for Vegas after coaching the NBA. Will one day probably be the first female NBA head coach, well deserved, and she's led her Vegas Aces WNBA team to back-to-back WNBA championships. Congrats to that. So NBA regular season coming up this week, so that'll be exciting. And then hockey, big time games left and right. Regular season hockey back. Baby Penguins home opener this Saturday, 6:05 p.m. at Mohegan Sun Arena, Casey Plaza in Wilkes-Barre. Check that out with Tux and the guys. I'm so happy for the Pens. Let's go Pens to be back. So basketball, hockey back. Baseball playoffs, NFL football week, Penn State, Ohio State, big time matchup of undefeated, 12 p.m. high noon this Saturday, October 21st. Happy early birthday, 38th birthday to my buddy Dan Tortora, and still hopefully that the actor strike will end soon, the writer strike's finally over, so we have the late night shows. Saturday Night Live, Bad Bunny will host and be the musical guest. Pete Davidson was funny last week, and Nate Bargatze and Foo Fighters will be the host. The funny stand-up comedian Nate Bargatze and musical guest, the legendary Foo Fighters, will be on Saturday Night Live next Saturday on October 28th when we're going to Pittsburgh. So that'll be exciting for the big Steeler week. So winding up our football season at Luzerne. Got a big high school football game, Scranton Prep Cavaliers at Wyoming Valley West tomorrow night, Friday night in Kingston, PA. So we'll do that. And Penn State Scranton Athletics. So very busy here. The family, we got some dance class tonight. We got a bunch of stuff going on. But DJ Roscoe Sports Show, very happy to be with you each and every week. And Taylor Swift concert movie's doing great. Killers of the Flower Moon, big time. Leonardo DiCaprio, Martin Scorsese, Robert De Niro movie comes out this Friday. Can't wait to see that. So a lot of great stuff, and all the horror movies getting ready for spooky Halloween. My son's gonna be an adorable pumpkin, and my daughter's gonna be Ariel, Little Mermaid. So very excited to go trick or treating and eat the Pizza Bella pizza they want, and then take the parent tax, and eat some of my favorite candy. They're Reese's peanut butter cups that I love so much, and go. So I love that. So Halloween's exciting with the kids. We're getting ready for that, and new Saw movie, new Exorcist movie, a lot of spooky Halloween movies if you want to check them out. So definitely I would recommend all that stuff. The Daily Show's back with Comedy Central, so that's exciting as well. So that's very funny with still the guest hosts and all that, and Jeopardy and all that. We're still keeping busy, but hopefully the regular shows will come back soon. Actors and writers strike. Writer strike's over. Hopefully the actor strike will be over soon with the producers. And then before we wrap this up, I'll sing a quick song to my amazing wife Abby. I love you all my heart. We celebrate our 8th wedding anniversary, and also her birthday, 29 years young, I say every year, this past weekend. And then very busy time in the household, so I'm going to sing to my beautiful wife Abby and my handsome son LJ and my beautiful daughter Lorelai. Love you all my heart. And I'm going to sing, you make loving you easy, you make loving you all I want to do. Every little smile and every single touch, George Costanza style, reminds me just how much it all makes loving you easy. I'll sing it again, please don't. She says, easy. Thank you, Zach Brown, our wedding song. 8th year wedding anniversary for You Make Loving You Easy, my beautiful wife Abby. Love you all my heart. Beautiful daughter Lorelai, handsome son Eldrin. Love you guys, and love you guys for tuning each and every week to the DJ Roscoe Sports Show. Your home for all your favorite sports and entertainment talk right here at DJ Roscoe Sports Show. Enjoy the football, college, NFL football. Go Penn State. Go Eagles. Go Jets even on a bye week. All that stuff. Go Steelers. Basketball, hockey coming back. Go Pens. Check out their home opener this Saturday. And go Phillies in the playoffs. Hopefully Phillies and Rangers. Phillies hopefully knocked out the Diamondbacks. Rangers hopefully knock out the cheating Astros. And Phillies over the Rangers in 6 games in the World Series, my pick. So keep locked to the DJ Roscoe Sports Show. Your home for all your favorite sports and entertainment talk right here on DJ Roscoe Sports Show. Have a great weekend and take care. Bye-bye.